Hey everyone, welcome to Crypt Keeper Aquatics. My name is Tim, and today I just got a box in from Grant over to Garden of Eater. I've been watching his live streams for quite a while. A lot of good shrimp related content. If that gives you any clue as to what might be inside of here. So let's go ahead and get it opened up, and hopefully they're all doing okay. They were shipping from Florida into New York, where I live. So we'll see. I do want to say that the shipping time was super quick. I just placed the order on Friday. Today's Tuesday and it arrived, so that's super cool. So up in the top, before I drop them, he sent some stickers, very cool. So those will be going on some tanks very soon. So he sent up some crypt parva, very cool, one of my favorites. Very tricky to grow if you don't have aqua soil though. The root structure is just so fragile. And this here's crypt compacta. Haven't had this variety yet, so I'm super excited to see what that grows into. And then Crypt spiralis, very nice sized plant there. And that's gonna be going into one of my 10-gallon tanks. All of these probably will, actually. So I'll set those aside. Next thing that I unwrapped is a bag of Aquachar. If you're unfamiliar with this, it's essentially activated charcoal or carbon, but a whole lot better. If you hang out with Grant on his live streams, you'll surely hear all about it when Brian and Shane Kramer are up there. But they know a lot more about this than I do. This is my very first time trying it, so we'll see what happens there. Oh, these shrimp must be getting dizzy with all this unwrapping. I know I would be if I was stuck in this tube. Holy moly, Grant. Any more? Well, at least they're packed nice and tight and safe. That's the good part. Yeah, there's more. So I'll go back through afterwards and actually count how many layers that was, because that was quite incredible how many there were. And here is the bag of shrimp that Grant sent me. Hopefully you guys can see in there, but I ordered some blue bolts from him. So we're gonna get these starting to acclimate. So before I put these in the plastic container, I just want to explain to you guys my process real quick. So first thing I always do, I will always spray out with hydrogen peroxide. It's perfectly safe if there is any residue left on there, but I will also go back through with a little bit of distilled water just to be sure. After that planaria that I had about a month ago or so, I'm just gonna always be overly precautious from now on, because that honestly was not fun. So first things first, you want to take the rubber band off the top of the bag. If this was a breather bag, we would just cut into it. Then the next thing that I'll do, I'll take and kind of try to shimmy them off from a corner, that way I can grab onto the corner to kind of help them out. Then I just let the open part of the bag go downward, try to kind of shimmy them down as much as I can, and they should all come right out. And just like that, none of them are left in there, so none of them are getting squished, so that's good. I know you guys want to see them, so let me move this light real quick. Very cool. So I ordered 15. I think you might have miscounted and added a few extras in there, so very cool. Thank you, Grant. I'm not going to sit here and count them. I can clearly see there's more than 15 down on the bottom of this thing. Just everywhere. Got a bunch of babies in there, a couple kind of almost mature, but still probably have a little ways to go. Yeah, so now we're gonna start drip acclimating them. And to drip acclimate the shrimp, let me zoom you guys back out again. So to drip acclimate the shrimp, I'll set this bucket down on the table or the next tier lower if it's on my rack, something like that. And that's just so that I can be able to create a siphon with the acclimator, with the hose. So this is the one that I've got. It was pretty cheap on Amazon. There's two ends on it. One of them has a hook, the other one doesn't. I do add a plant weight to the one end. That way it will always stay underwater. It won't kind of fling out on me. So here's how I get it started. I'll put both ends right in the tank water, and then there's a little bulb on here. You just squeeze, and that bulb eventually is going to fill up for you. And usually it'll get going right away for you once that's filled. Okay, we started the siphon. So now I take and I'm just gonna close this off absolutely as far as I can push it. I'll get the hose down into the container. Then I'll slowly open it just until I start to see some dripping. And I go about 1 to 2 drops per second roughly. So right about like that is what I do. About that speed there. Hopefully you guys can see it. Then I'll bring it up. I'll let it about double or triple in volume. I'll test the total dissolved solids of this versus inside the tank and see where we are. And once it's relatively close, then I'll go ahead and net them out and stock them into the tank. So when you go to start the drip acclimation, one thing I do recommend is adding a single droplet of prime into there. A lot of times there's going to be a little bit of built up ammonia in the bag from shipping, so you just want to make sure that they're not going to have any sort of ammonia issues in there. So what I do, I take a syringe, put a little bit in there, and just wait for a droplet to drop. There you go. And the rest I'll just put right in there. It's not going to hurt anything. Then I go back through with my syringe with some peroxide and really flush it out good before using it on any other tank. Always avoid cross-contamination whenever possible. It doesn't take much to completely ruin a good thing. So now for everyone's favorite part, they got done acclimating in this one, and I took and netted them out into this one. That way I can just dump them in and you guys get to experience the shower of shrimp. The reason I don't add the water that I've been acclimating them in is because there's going to be some water from inside that bag, and you never know just how high that ammonia is without testing it. And what other contaminants could possibly be in there as well. So anyway, here we go. This is 15 or more blue bolts. I didn't actually count them, like I said earlier in the video. So we'll take a closer dive for you as soon as they start settling down a little.